Это более 35...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Hellcase Cup. Clearly, there's some sort of ads playing on the...
Мы разыгрываем в наших социальных сетях более 70 уникальных скинов в месяц. Выводи свои скины и баланс в криптовалюту или через популярные платежные системы. Будь уникальным. Используй промокод и выигрывай прямо сейчас.
You just can't write it, can you? There you go. That is what the adverts I've just played sound like in Russian. See? Don't you now feel like so much more well-educated and happy that you got to experience that? Either way, we are going to be going into the pistol round. As I said, I didn't want to miss the beginning of it, so we'll happily listen to some Russian adverts while they're being played. And yeah, we are into our pistol round. A little bit of a gamble being thrown in already by the Squadron from Vega. They've only got JR here. If he dies, that's the B site under the control of the T's, and that's exactly what's going to happen. That's a big, big problem for the CT side. They don't even have a kit for the retake either. And while the bomb's going to be going down, that is a huge gamble to take in the pistol round. Especially considering, well, most of the time, teams do go B. I feel like that's the more common of the two sides. It's very easy to overrun. You a lot of the time see gambles in that position, and while now they're going to have to retake it, and retake it damn fast as well, because they do not have a kit to play with. They don't have any utility. It's just down to raw aim, and that's what Crush seems to bring to the table. However, Crizzen can match him in turn. So can James, who was excellent in the first map. Fitch is there as well, and it's easy peasy. And you know the rest for AVANGAR. They will take themselves that first pistol round, and well, can Vega do it again? They managed to get themselves the force by victory over in the previous map. We'll see if they can do it again. Of course, anybody wondering, you can go over to the Hellcase website. There is a Medusa to be won. Supposedly you have to catch the chicken. I don't really know how, but if anybody does catch the chicken, let me know. And hey, you get a Medusa. It's not bad, to be honest. It's not a bad deal. Either way, some ZZs, some smokes, in some cases some Kevlar, and the T's are going to be pushing their way up towards the A side. They're looking to surround Chopper. And while he is well and truly surrounded, still manages to get himself a kill. They've got to clear him from the corner of this site before anything more can be done. James going to be pushing. Chopper still just dancing behind the box and the pillar, and James will put him to bed. It is going to be two players remaining. Hutchie and... never mind. Crush. I said that one quick before he died. He's going to be trying to remove some weaponry. And actually does catch off one. And James doesn't actually go for the trade. A little bit peculiar. He's sort of said, here you go, Crush. There's an AK-47. It's probably because he knows there's a man being a little bit sneaky from behind. They are going to manage to retrieve themselves the AK-47s, all three of them, in fact. So, not that bad a position, to be honest. And now we'll be 2-0 in favor of AVANGAR, and this is what you call Farming Simulator 2018. This is where they look to try and make their money. They've got two Mac Daddies in play. They're going to use the Vega Squadron's own gun against them. Kick them while they're down. Try and make up some extra cash. Now, this round should be squeaky clean. As clean as your teeth as when you're about to go visit the dentist. Don't lie, we all do it. Everybody knows for a fact that that is the day where you brush your teeth better than any other day. Already, Crizzen is going to find one. He does actually get traded out. Now, there is no reason to push into this A site. You know there is multiple players here. Fitch, he doesn't have that much to lose. Just a Mac 10. But the bomb should be going back towards B, and it is. Chopper is there. He was looking to rotate. They have only lost one man. Hutchie's retrieved a Mac 10. Now, if he can make himself a little bit of extra cash here, $600 per kill, would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, the next round is normally a little bit skimpy. And I don't mean they're wearing less clothing. I mean that they normally have to reduce the amount of utility they had, or weaponry. Those are the two choices. On Inferno, you don't really want to reduce weaponry at all. Either way, though, James very well positioned, and only one man drop, so not really too many problems for the T side. They've made their cash in this third round. Now, in terms of the CT side, aggressive push up from the T side. They are going to be finding themselves the opener already. CT's looking for some sort of return. JR is actually looking to try and find a little bit of presence over the top of the smoke. He's got to be careful, as there is Quicket very close to his position. Molotov's going to be going in just to clear him out. The flashbang is very well timed. Quicket's actually cooking by his own teammate. JR is going to be able to nut one before he actually falls back. Actually, Crizant is going to pick off another. It is going to be the round done and dusted, as AVANGAR will take their fourth already on the T side. Now, bear in mind, they did win themselves the first map, and if they win this one, Vega Squadron are eliminated, and AVANGAR will take themselves through to the semi-finals. Now, there's only actually one more semi-final to be played. Hutchie will at least manage to trade the kill that came in onto Crush, but not anything really too valuable, as the T's will be able to buy, and well, unfortunately, Vega Squadron will not. They do have the loss bonus building up, but it's not quite going to be enough. But yeah, the winner of this game will go on to face 3D Max, which, in all honesty, I think is one of the kind of draws. Obviously, on the other side of things, well, Penguin have already gone through after knocking out Fragsters, and Imperial will play alternate attacks, and I would say the likelihood is it's going to be Imperial heading into the semi-final. So, a good chance to get into the final, and obviously a bigger chunk of the prize pool. The majority will be going to that top spot, which is pretty decent. Like, say even if it's like, I don't know, what, like 50% or something? 57,000 prize pool. That's pretty damn good for an online tournament. Either way, again, it's just sheer aggression coming out from this T side. Straight up, James is feeling it, and that's one of the scariest things. He's one of those players that can go off in any match, but when he is playing his best, very scary. There's a reason why a lot of teams fear AVANGAR online. Haven't seen too much from them on LAN, that's the truth. We saw them play in that little MSI show match thing that was actually final in New York, and they beat Complexity there in a best-of-1 on Dust 2. But they always have had some incredible individuals. Like, if you're going to pick players that will probably end up going to Gambit, this is the team that you pick them from. That, and obviously, well, one went from Vega Squadron, but we've seen a lot of these players play with the likes of Hobbit. Fitch was in Gambit himself. There is a lot of talent around in this scene. Well, even though Hutchie is going to take down Fitch. So that's another weapon found. This really could bolster the economy for the CT side going into the next one. This is where we want to see them bring in all of that extra cash. Throwing makes more than 50k. I have no idea how much it makes, but I highly doubt they are. Like, the fact is, even if you're just looking at like sponsors for organizations, if they go and just even do the smallest amount of research and see you losing to teams that you should be beating online, they're not going to sponsor you. I just don't see that. Like, people talk about the value of it, and like, I do wonder if most of it's just a meme, or if people actually do believe that, like, oh yeah, they're throwing these matches away. I'm sure it does happen on occasions. Like, there's no way that it's like 100% bulletproof. But at the same time, you have to realize, if any of those players do that and get caught, they lose their career. Like, it's done. Look at the iBuy power, guys. Either way, 5-0. A very strong start coming out from the T side. Double AWP setup will be right in for Vega Squadron, as they do have themselves plenty of cash. They still had a chance to play, but not in like the majors, and only recently in a lot of other tournaments. They were some of the best players in their region. Either way, Prison finds the opener already. It's a trade from Chopper, so the round definitely not done just yet, and there's multiple players already here from the CT side. The T's a little bit stuck towards the apps, but they will make their way into Pit, and Buster winning the duel versus Tony Black definitely makes things a little bit more interesting. But they've got to clear the site itself. That seems to be the biggest problem. Crush playing a little game of peekaboo, as he will be able to find the shot. Goes back and gets the second as well. Vega seem to have risen to the occasion now, as they've found themselves a couple of kills. Chopper is still being a little bit sneaky in the corner. I don't even know if they know he's there. Quicker will be able to find the shot, and actually they do. They hard peek out, leave it onto JR. He's not going to be able to hit anything and looks to try and push back into the site. Smoke going to be thrown down. Does he know they're both here? Well, he does now. Buster, all peeking. Tags him down, but Quicker is very quick with the trade. 6-0, AVANGAR running amok at the moment. Who's casting? Well, if you type ! caster in the chat, it gives you all the information you need. And more. Yeah, probably more than you actually want. But still. Trusty little link. Either way, JR this time has the AWP and will be getting that opening pick. That extra little bit of money from the save weaponry will help them out. Buster seemed tempted to go for a trade there, but nothing will be found. Nice little crossfire coming out from the CT side. It looks like they should be bringing their first round onto the board in this match. After 6 go the way of AVANGAR, only 2 players remain, Jame and Buster. Now, Jame has been excellent so far. We'll see if they can turn this back around. Hell of a lot left to do, and well, not that much to do it with. They've got utility, but the fact is it's the personnel that really leave them limited. Buster actually going to be throwing down a smoke. I'll be honest, I don't think that was fooling anyone. Maybe he was trying to sell it if it had like flown in from above and they were throwing down the smoke to go short or something of the sort, but I feel like that was a pretty elaborate attempt to fooling someone when there's 5 players left alive. Either way, it is just going to be Jame looking to try and hold on to his weapon. And in this case, you can understand why the CT side are not going hunting. They do not want to risk just having a straight-up reset after the first round goes on the board for them. They will keep all of their money and be able to invest the rest into extra utility and give them a very strong buy going into the next round. I think that's the smart decision to make, because the fact is, even still, if they lose this round, they're going to be in financial trouble. 6-1, T-side, there's still a buy coming. No surprises there. And if they get a bomb plant into this round, there'll still be a buy coming again. The question is this just going to be the straight reset onto Vega, or are they now going to start building into their CT side? 6 rounds already for AVANGAR, not a bad start. Probably going to be wanting a little bit more, but even still, it's workable over on the CT side. Buster. Be looking to take a little bit of aggression over towards JR, who now has his AWP once again. They are going to look to take control of Banana. This time, making sure they check all of the angles. We are going to see side. Looking to try and make their way on towards short. The bomb in the meantime is actually going in the other direction, so I wonder if they may try and wrap around the archers and meet up with the rest of their team. Crush is going to be falling back towards that arch side as the remaining 2 players are in pit. Now, he really can't afford to lose this position, as it will just pave the way on towards that B side. He manages to find a first, a second as well, and that's important. And JR finding the pick this round is going the way of Vega. It would have to be a massive mistake for something else to happen. Quicker trying to peek him, but there's a Molotov in the way, and JR will execute him. Leaving one man, it's James again, and I guess he's probably just going to try and save that AWP once more. The clock not quite there, but the hero of that round, no doubt for me, was Crush. Those 2 players get past him. Either way, we do have a pause called. A little bit of time being taken. AVANGAR will have a bye going into this next round, but it may be their last up until the reset. So they want to make sure that this one counts. The CT side have started to build up a little bit of cash themselves as well, so definitely don't want to let this go too much further. And one of the heroes of the previous map, the man who helped finish it, I think he had like, in the last 2 rounds, 3 kills and 4 kills. 7 kills total. I'm pretty sure they lost one of them, so out of 9, that's not bad. Need him to step up a little bit. Once again, early Banana control seems to be the point of contention, but now that there's more and more utility on the Vega Squadron side, you do expect it to be a little bit tougher to go for these aggressive peaks. We also see Fitch starting to probe over towards A side of the map, but not going to spot anything out just yet. Few smokes being thrown down so they can take some control in middle. Crush almost getting found out, but nothing as of yet, and the T side just falling back. Now they've still got Banana control, but the fact is the CT side don't seem to care. They've gone for a much more passive hold. Molotov's going to be thrown in, but again, it's 3 of the players. The bomb's still waiting down the bottom of mid, but they're just going to go in individually. Crizzen already managing to find an opener. Chopper, the flashbang's good. So many players to choose from, and he finds all 3. I don't know how he got away with that. It was a little bit messy at the start, but the flashbang was so good. All of those players were completely blind. And well, Buster finally goes back to pick up the bomb, but it might be too little, too late. They have left Tony Black all alone. Now, I believe he's yet to actually get a kill, so we'll see if he can do that here. And yes, he can. He's onto the board, and an important one at that. That was the only way they were getting back into that round. Buster left alone, 40 HP. A bomb plant here could be actually quite valuable for his team. They don't have a huge amount of finances. They'll get 2,400, now 3,200, thanks to his bomb plant into the next round. The question is, can he do any more damage? Can he make it worth forcing into the next? I don't think he can. I think they should probably take the hit. Actually, the bomb is starting to tick. They're going to come in together. All got kits, not much utility to be had. He'd have to do something ridiculous, but that's not a bad start. He gets the second as well. Buster looking to try and end this, and Chopper, he's just trying to defuse the bomb. How does Buster get away with that? Vega Squadron, what has just happened to you? Buster had barely any HP. He should have had no hope, and that is a ridiculous throwaway round. I don't know how they've managed to lose that. Impeccable aim from Buster, but at the same time, Where's the team play from Vega Squadron? Even if just 2 of the players peaked at the same time, instead they gave him 3 individual duels, and that is more than a mistake. More than a mistake for sure. Either way, a pause has been called once again. The CT side will have enough money to invest into this one, but it shouldn't be necessary. They should have just won that one out. I don't even think the problem was that no one came construction. The angle they took was fine. It's just go together. Don't let Buster have a chance to headshot all 3 of you one by one. You got to take that as a team. And it's weird because they even waited for each other originally, but then they all just went, okay, my turn. Okay, now my turn. And okay, now my turn. And there was no utility or anything, so they just had to go together. The only person who can not really be blamed there is JR, because he went in first and found out the info. But the other 2, that was a mistake. The question is, can they now rectify it? That's what we have to look for. Forgive and forget. Mistakes are made. JR going to be going a little bit aggressive here. Now, he doesn't have his trusty AWP. He's going to go for the peek, and he hits the timing perfectly. No trade to be had. Just, yeah, Quicket misses the opportunity, but JR goes back for more. A risk not really needed. Fitch not been having the best game so far, and that's going to continue. Prison. Oh, no. How does he get away with that? He threw away his gun and was like, I don't even need it. Got a Glock. I got a Glock, mate. Even still, the CT side, they've still got a big advantage here. Jane will make it dwindle a little bit, but now Quicket has to do it. All alone. Now he's got a 1v1 duel. It hasn't been the best game so far for Tony Black. It's going to be the peak coming in. He's just got no time. All that Tony Black, it doesn't matter if he's not really hitting his shots today. Calm, collected, easy. Just waiting patiently. It will be a 3rd on the board, and more importantly, a reset. It's just going to be pistols in. AVANGAR are taking the risk. They want to try and break the economy of the CT side. If they can somehow steal this round away, it would be hugely valuable for them going forward. Net them an 8th, but chances are it just shouldn't happen. These pistols are powerful, but you have to rely on Vega Squadron here and assume they're going to be able to take this one home. They've gone for a much more standard setup. They are looking like they may just try and explode onto this A site. Now, in most scenarios, having yourself an MP9 is not going to be the best case, but against the pistols, the Shredder can do real damage. I wonder if we're just going to see a waterfall actually come out of these apartments, lining up a little bit of utility. They've actually started to slightly rotate players away, and while now comes the Incendiary, they're just going to have to try and execute through it already. Krizen's going to start things off nicely. Hutchie will have a lot of work to do. They managed to steal an MP9, probably not the weapon they were hoping for when they took this site, and surprisingly, the rotation's actually pretty slow. Maybe expecting this to be a bit of a fake. Hutchie will be spotted in the corner, and he's going to be completely overwhelmed as well. And still, the CT's yet to find a frag. But there is Tony Black, managing to get one. Bomb going to be chucked over, so the bomb can go down. Nice shot from Crutch, though will turn it into a 3v3. Even still, though, the bomb going down is going to help out AVANGAR quite a bit. Now they've got to try and hold on to this. Krizen, he's been handed the rifle. They're relying on him to really go big in this round as the smoke will fade and allow a way back into the site for the remaining players. Still, though, these CZs can be deadly. Flashbang going to go out. I don't know if that was where I was meant to go. Not really going to clear anything at all. In fact, Prison's going to have himself a free kill, and they've spotted out one of the other remaining players. It looks like Tony Black's just decided to fall back, and JR will save his AWP. It is going to be an 8th round on the board. Money's going to be in real trouble as well. Now, the CTs are going to be able to pick up some nice, tasty rifles along the way. Again, AVANGAR break when necessary, and Vega, they just can't get a footing in this map. Here we go, though. A few pistols alongside an AWP and an AK-47. JR has won them rounds in the past. Can he do it again? There's going to be thrown out. Nice shot already. That AWP is going to hit the deck. They actually gambled over towards the B site. I'm going to juggle these weapons back, so at least it will be picked up. It's Crush to get an AWP. Nice shot from Hutchie as well. As said, they can make these rounds work. James going to be spotted. Only has himself an MP9. Definitely not his weapon of choice. And Tony Black's found another one. Prison, he's trying to trade things, but it's Hutchie to find another. Prison, he needs this kill desperately if he's going to have a chance in this round. That's exactly what he gets. A kill to at least turn this into a 2 versus 1. Now, it hasn't been the best game so far for either Tony Black. Well, actually, Crush has been playing okay. I can't really take anything away from him. He's top of the board for his team, so not necessarily true. But if he gets this kill, easily turn things around. And in fact, now, Tony Black with 2 HP versus Prison, who's just turned this from a 3 versus 1 into a 1v1 versus a player with only 2 health. It's all just going to come down to positioning. Maybe if Tony Black can catch him off guard or just hit a ping-in headshot, then there's a chance. But Prison can just look to play this smart. He's going to try and take the fight into CT, expecting there to be someone there. Not spotting anything out, and well, the fact is, Tony Black has the clock against him as well. Cleared out the site. I think he should know roughly where his opponent is at this point. And he's just going to look to try and... He's actually sticking it. He's just straight up sticking the bomb. He's going to get very close to this defusal, but it won't matter in the end. Prison with the clutch. It comes very close, at least on the clock. But the fact is, AVANGAR have themselves another round. The pressure really is on Vega Squadron now. They're going to invest at least a bit into this one. But it is looking very good indeed. Nine rounds already for the T side. But the worst thing is as well, we normally expect more from James over on the other side of the map with that AWP. He's currently 12 and 6 even on the T side. Straight up he goes. Make that 13. I didn't even get to really finish the sentence before he found that one. Push through the smoke, and James, well, he's just adding more and more stats. Upping the numbers. And up in his cash as well. A little bit of a boost going to be coming in. Still got a couple of players over towards this B site. Although, both with USPs. Can't really expect too much here. Position checked. Chopper going to be tagged within inches of his life. And, well, the 10th round is pretty much guaranteed here. And they're making lots of money with the SMGs. Ooh. Quicker straight through the smoke. That is not bad at all. Either way. Back in we go. Still have rifles now onto the other side of things, but it is an SMG for Chopper just to try and get a kid and some extra utility. Hello, person whose name on Twitch is white, so I can't actually read it. Memeze. Hello. How are you today? Chopper, nice start, actually gets himself 3. Again, this man goes big and he's juggling weapons to try and do a bit more, but his teammates have not helped him out. There have been 3 kills, all of them go to his MP9, and well, it's Mr. Tony Black to try and turn things around. Currently bottom of the board, not been having the time of his life. Question is, I was going to say, can he do anything? The answer, no. Quicket closed him down within seconds, and 11 rounds hit for the T side. Impressive stuff. Props truly have to be given for how well they're playing today. They came home from America not too long ago. I saw people in the first map talking about the potential of jet lag. I think the potential of that is gone. They are playing significantly better than their counterparts. The team that got in towards that top part of the major went up a ridiculous amount of places in the HLTV rankings because of it. And now are being beaten by a team who didn't even get the chance. Hutchie already finding the opener. JR, his aggression on Banana has been a failure almost every single time. Like, it's starting to get a little bit silly with the amount that this man is dying at the beginning of the rounds. Like, it's such an investment, that AWP. And you just have to really, like, question why he's making the same decision again and again. Like, change things up. Maybe have him play over towards 8 or just play more passive. Because if you're handing a kill away like that every single time, even when you have a man advantage, that's where the problems really come out for this side. Either way, back into a 4v4. SMG's still on the side of the CTs, or mostly SMGs now, as it's going to be Tony Black. That B-side defense has not been good, but they've actually walked past someone in the corner. Crush, ready and waiting. It takes him a couple of shots to do it, but that should let them know that there's 2 players here. However, Chopper has managed to find another, but it's a trade, and that trade is more than valuable. That gives them a straight path to this A site with a free plant, and leaving Hutchie and Crush to try and clutch this one out. Bomb going to be planted into the corner. Hutchie looking tempted to go through the smoke. Instead, he's going to throw a little flashbang out, but so far hasn't really done too much. They are going to make their way in through the Molotov as well, and Jane will take that one all day, and Crizzen has the second. 12-3 half. Very impressed with the way that AVANGAR have been playing, even when they've been in detrimental positions. And the most interesting thing is the man on their team who actually has the most accolades, probably the most experience as well, bottom of the board 3 and 10, and it hasn't mattered to them at all. He has as many kills as Vega Squadron has rounds. It's the rest of the team, though, that has been superb. James has been excellent. Crizzen, well, all of them. All of them have just played very, very well. And, well, you look at the 2 players that have been playing over towards B, JR, Tony Black, and you can see why things haven't been going too well. They just didn't seem to be able to work well together at all. Maybe it's just the major blues that can come in sometime, but I have to say that I've never really been impressed with Vega Squadron online. The second it comes to qualifying for events, it just doesn't seem to work for them. They will be at Star Series in 5 days' time, so hopefully we'll get to see the Vega Squadron we all know and love. But to be honest, like when they play in online tournaments, there's a reason we don't see them at more events. They just don't qualify. Now, obviously, for this, it's just an online tournament. There isn't anything to qualify for. There is still $57,000 to be split apart. There we go, though. A pistol round that is absolutely crucial for Vega Squadron. And there are already 4 players here from the CT side. They have read this very well. However, JR is still going to be the one to find the opening pick. And the CTs just aren't doing anything. They're being absolutely obliterated at the moment. Finally, Buster will add 1 to their kill tally, but I don't think it's going to be enough. However, Fitch has caught 1 more. This will be a big time for him to step up. He's given Buster a little bit of hope, a dream, a twinkle in his eye. The bomb is going to be planted. He now knows that at least one of those players is busy. The fact is, though, this is a near impossible situation for him. He needs a mistake to be made, and that was it. He was given a chance, but that chance was quickly taken away. 12-4, Vega Squadron given that lifeline which they so dearly desire. Thank you, Ninja Andy. Oh, I like it. I like it. You've combined Ninja and Andy to create your name. Were you born in '95? Is that why the name is there? Here we go, though. The Vega Squadron buy, mostly. They haven't got all SMGs, so it's a little bit disappointing. CT side, going to save a little bit of money here. They've got James on the scout, and you can see he's been handed that by one of the other players. Gives him an opportunity to do some damage. Already JR tagged down to just 29 HP. Now the rest of the players, a little bit limited, but we know that those CZs put into the right position really can do a high amount of damage. Buster's also purchased a smoke, which I imagine will be thrown over if they attempt to just go running in towards the B site, which in a lot of these SMG rounds is fairly common. James already going to be smoked off. We're going to see a little bit of magic through the smoke. That was very close. He manages to get away with his tail between his legs. The clock's starting to tick, and this is where these pistols get more and more scary. I like this. What they've done is they've thrown the smoke over towards that B site to hold them back, and then they've sent the stack over towards A. The problem is they really don't have that much to play with, and they are about to be slowly surrounded. Smoke actually kind of damaging the T side a little bit here, and the clock's starting to get a little bit scary. James has already found one. There's a couple of low players as well. Quicker is going to be in reloading, but they're down to just 15 seconds. If they can just survive here, they might be able to do it, but James missing a shot. You need to take the shot, Chris, and you've just let your teammate die. He's just going for the bomb. That's all he wants. He wants that bomb planter, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. It's going to be planted nonetheless, unless, of course, Buster can steal it away. He's trying to spot the man planting the bomb, but it wasn't quite enough. I like the effort, but the fact is he was just like, don't worry, James. I'm just going to let you die. Just chill. I'm trying to win the round. I like it. The full, like, just throw your teammate under the bus play. And it almost worked. 1 or 2 seconds wasted, and he wins that based off that play. But unfortunately, not quite. Not quite. James purchasing a Zeus. Fitch purchasing a Zeus as well. A couple of Zeus in the server. The way I'm sort of running that is if a goose becomes geese, then a Zeus must become Zeus. And actually, James got one. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. It was not safe for work. Too hot for TV. And then obviously, if everybody buys a Zeus, then you have a flock of Zeus. Now that is a truly awful joke, but enjoy it nonetheless. We are going to have the push coming in. Crush. Oh, Buster wants him. He's not going to get him, though. Actually, quicker. Well, they're doing a bit of damage here. It's only pistols invested. You can see the T's are just like, no, thank you. We got the rotation cut off anyway. Fitch is alone with a USP and nothing else. Still managed to take a little bit of damage off Tony Black, but not anything to write home about. And well, pretty much guaranteed a 6th on the board. Now, I'm a little bit intrigued by the fact that Buster sat in this corner. Maybe he expects the SMGs to come hunting. And that's why he's just waiting in the corner. But the fact is, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Black just keeps this into the next round. Yeah, eventually he's just going to make the decision that he wants $600. So he's going to try and go on the hunt. There is actually a push coming in. You should hear the footsteps. Oh, is he trying to be a little bit sneaky? This is smart. He should be able to get a kill here, and he will. That's a large success, actually, from him. He won't survive, but it doesn't really matter. He got the $600. James going to be buying up the AWP, and Buster will now be able to afford a little bit of extra utility. So Not a bad position from them at all. It always confuses me how these stats manage to glitch. Like, Buster clearly has the stats of somebody on the other side, but some of the players' stats are actually correct. It's really weird. Here we go, though. This is AVANGAR's first proper buy on the CT side. This will sort of let us know if there's going to be a comeback, and well, James certainly doesn't think so. I mentioned him as a player to watch over on the other side, and, well, Crizzen has already found a second opening frag. The CT side can now just fall back. They don't need to go for anything more. Already a little bit more of a tag going to be hit up onto Chopper. James, okay, that's a bit much for me. Is he going to die to the nade? No, he will survive. First he was afraid, he was petrified. He's only got 2 HP left on that CT side. There you go. I continued the song for one line, but I can't do anything more. If someone else wants to rewrite it, you can. Crizzen just sat in the corner. There is a Molotov there, and he's actually just going to peek straight out. Chopper was not expecting him to be that quick. Pop goes the head. And, well, the T's are sort of left almost bewildered. And you have to remember how much damage was actually done in the previous rounds with those pistols. They don't have a huge bang behind them. It's not like they're rolling in the dosh. Are they already saving? Wow. 25 seconds left on the clock, and they're just going to let the CT side get away with the flawless round. Like, I can understand why. Crush is low. Buying into the next round is going to be pretty difficult if they don't, but that's crazy. They're just sat back and just waiting for the round to end. The CT side are going to get away with a flawless one, and that's always so painful. The thing is, if Vega don't bounce back here, there's just going to be so much on the other side in terms of money, and you're already leaving it down to such a finite amount of rounds. Unless they know something about like the AVANGAR CT side being weak, I'm surprised by this. And well, just look at the buy now over on the CT side. So much cash to play with. Chopper's going to be down to a deagle, but honestly, I don't see that as that much of a problem. The man is very good with this gun. Here we go, though. Crunch time for Vega. Already. They are expending some utility just to try and stop these aggressive pushes from AVANGAR, because that's the one thing that this team is excellent at. When they take control of the map. You do have James just waiting with this AWP. Already we can see some weakened purchases for this T side. A Galil thrown in. A Deagle in play as well. They went for the utility over the weaponry. Just, I can get behind. It's understandable. Already. There's going to be a minute left on the clock. And this is a bad read from the CT side. The push is looking like it's going to hit over towards this B site, and there's only one man left to defend it. Buster does have himself an incendiary, which may buy a little bit of time. He's got to throw it, and he's got to throw it fast. And already, they're just going to go pushing straight through it. He has to find a kill here, and he's failed miserably. James, however, has. And that's the man looking to try and hold off the rotations. There has been a quick one in from Quicker. Maybe he can do something here, and the bomb's yet to be planted, so there's still plenty of time left. And as he hears the plant goes down, he tries to find something through the smoke. It's not going to be coming. The remaining players looking to make their way up Banana. And they have actually done a reasonable amount of damage to the remaining players here. So there's a chance for AVANGAR. They're checking all these angles. Crush is already going to be going down, but it's quick trade from JR. Back into a 3 versus 3. Nice shot from JR again. He seems to have woken up to the party, but it's still not done just yet. It's all into the 1v1. Chopper facing off against James, and he catches him trying to run away. It is going to be a 14th round on the board for AVANGAR, as they are 2 from closing this out. And now the T side again. Financial woes come into play. They can get, what, 3 AKs, 1 without head armor. In fact, JR is just going to go straight for the glass cannon AWP. A risky play on the T side. In all reality, it's not a weapon that, well, it can take over matches, but It's not the most common spot. Like, some teams completely avoid it on the T side of Inferno unless you're trying to counter someone. Now, I guess he is trying to counter someone. This man here, James, going to be going for the aggressive peek. But instead, he actually just throws down the incendiary, and that is going to be cooking JR. He's burning down already onto just 37 HP. That's going to go a little bit less, onto just 12 within the first few seconds of this round. 20 gone. And he's lost 88 HP. Now, I don't see him chucking this up onto anyone else. There needs to be someone step up here. Now, they are definitely a team that can work with the Deagles. You can see Buster. He's playing that solo role again. Did a pretty good job of slowing them down last time. The T's might be about to face off against him again. You can already see the CT side. This time, they're going to gamble, rotate a bit more over towards that B site. Clearly happy with the defense from James alongside Crizzen. And actually, this bait play over towards the B site has actually left the defense fairly slim on the A site. James is there with his AWP. He's going to spot the scope and actually finds the man with the bomb instead. Now, he should know that he can't actually peek out here, but he does it anyway. Looking for a little bit more. They're getting quite close to his position, and they will be able to shut him down, but he's bought some time. And that means that Fitch is now over towards this arch position. Quicket's there as well. There's only 20 seconds left, and they've got so little time to get themselves in towards this site. Quicket sat on the box. He knows he just has to deny the plant. It doesn't matter. Crizzen makes it look easy as he sprays down 3 players. It's now left to probably the worst fight you're going to see from Vega Squadron so far. No, this isn't on a delay, Fear. This is... I've managed to get them to set it up so that it is a clean feed. So the video I'm watching is delayed by 2 minutes, but the chat is live, so I can respond to you pretty much instantly. Maybe with like a 5-10 second delay, but it's a shame because you may have just come for the last round of the night. We'll see if Vega Squadron can do anything here. Nice little running boost. They are just going to look to try and pressure over towards the apartments. But AVANGAR, I have to say, they've looked excellent. A team that's sort of renowned for their online play a lot of the time, but I think when it comes to that major qualifier next time, or at least the minors, this is the team you're going to want to beat. Obviously, Vega Squadron will already be in the major qualifier, so they don't have to worry about them, but I don't think they would anyway. This has been absolute destruction. 15-6, looking like it may be the final scoreline, although Crush has managed to do a little bit of damage. Still, there's so many players left to find, and Crizzen puts one of them to bed. Left onto Crush, and it is done. 16-6, I think that's the faces of Vega Squadron at the moment, as they have just been absolutely destroyed. And well, we are done for tonight. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the cast, don't forget you can type !cast it in the chat. It will take you there. We will be back tomorrow because we do have ourselves the match of Imperial versus Alternate Attacks, and maybe a semi-final as well. I'm not actually too sure. You'll be told that when it actually begins. But either way, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.